made a YouTube channel in the first place is because of my legal case. So
That's what Elliot Rogers should have done. Do his damn it!
Apart
No,
from
I'm
mass
sad again.
murder, yeah, probably. Pretty much anything's better than mass murder for what he did.
He needed
maybe
an
I was-
outlet.
I was the lowest of the low, unfortunately. I mean, that's a lot worse than supporting Ice Poseidon, I would think. I would hope, anyways. What I did was probably a few notches below that. Yeah, I might be a little bit scummier for that, but I can always just say it was just a prank, bro. Don't worry.
That's actually something I completely missed as well, was the whole Elliot Roger thing. Like, with the way people were talking about it after, like, a few years after it happened, I thought he was just like a bumbling idiot. Not that he actually killed like 20 people.
Yeah,
I don't even know who that is. Do what?
he was like the first incel, like the progenitor of the incel movement. He used to make videos
No,
about
he's
how
not. No. Hold up! Don't
Movement.
spread
Oh my
misinformation, buddy.
What?
We're not. He was not the first incel. What do you think he is? Like from the Prometheus movies? He
It's an exaggeration.
engineered the incels.
It's an exaggeration, but he was quite
Okay.
literally the most popular and one of the first
Yes, he-
incel-focused people on the internet.
Maybe like how
He
they
is
say
the
Elvis is the king
incel.
of rock and roll. You know, he's just the one that
kinda.
brought it to the mainstream.
Yes, he brought it to the
Yeah.
mainstream. He propelled it into the mainstream, which was good and bad because, you know, the good was I could finally make an incel reference and show people funny videos and they would know what an incel is. I wouldn't have to fucking explain to them. But at the same time, it's now too mainstream and all played out. So now anytime on the internet you fucking disagree with a man, you just call him a fucking incel. It's like, okay, it's played out now. Boring, lame.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
Not the actual incels, they're not played out. They still exist and they're still usually pretty fucking weird people. You know, on the
Yeah, I
incel
think on the
forums and such.
forums. Yeah, I can't even find them anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm also just, I don't know. I've had my fill. It's not that
I
entertaining
had
to
to
me
ban
anymore.
a dude for my YouTube live streams for being a loud, proud, avowed incel. And this dude has come back as recently as like a week ago. And like a year ago when it first popped off, he jumped back in my Discord. He went through all the trouble after getting banned to make a new Discord. Comes back 30 minutes later and goes, "You fucked up this time, buddy. Check it out. I brought my incel Discord with me and we're about to take over." Literally 3 guys, including him, joined my Discord. And they're like, "Yeah, fuck women. That's right. Yeah." And just immediately all got banned again. So I think I've got a pretty good grasp on their quote unquote community and their quote unquote power. It was pretty pathetic, honestly. And his whole point of view about the entire world was that girls don't like him because he doesn't have any money. He said, "I'm handsome and I drive a nice car, but I don't have any money, so girls don't like me."
You've made a very
my
powerful
God.
enemy, it sounds.
Yeah, obviously, with his default Discord and YouTube profile pictures
I'm trying to
and
find
his
this
one
fucking link.
subscriber.
Chad, if you can help me out. The incels have now their own streaming site. Just like the IP2
Oh
people,
my
they have
God.
their offshoot streaming YouTube version. It's called MGTOW something, and I can't find it. I don't know if it was MGTOW.party or MGTOW.live, but when you go to the site, it's literally just a ton of fucking videos of these grifters and pickup artists, like 5 reasons why all women are whores, and here's how to pick them up anyway. And that's the entire site.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Is it helpful?
I wish I had. I highly doubt it. That's the grift though with like the MGTOW. For those who don't know, MGTOW stands for men going their own way. That is, they are incels who want to pretend that being an incel was their choice. AKA, you can't fire me, I quit. I didn't want to fuck women anyway.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the whole
isn't it in the name involuntarily celibate, right? Incel? I mean, like, no, they did not have a choice in this matter. Not if they adhere to the
you're right.
incel
according to
term.
them, they're not incel. They're volcel, voluntary celibate.
Ooh,
So
I'm a
you have to learn the
volcel.
lingo, Josh.
Sorry, man, I'm a little bit behind. I can't help it. This isn't a movement that I'm exactly invested in.
Yeah,
So
this is a
to me,
blast
it
from the
seems like
past.
incels are basically people of 2 extremes. Either they're pathetic losers who just spend their time on forums all day, or they go out and shoot up 20 people. There doesn't seem to be a middle
No
ground.
middle ground.
Here. Yeah.
Well, the
Well,
shooting
there's
is
also-
also
all
that angst gotta go
losers who
somewhere,
spend
man.
their times on forums.
I
They
mean,
just snap, I guess.
there's also just the middle ground of the ones you don't hear about, the people that are incels but don't make it their whole personality, like where they just keep
Yeah,
to
that are
themselves.
just sad and
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just
but
depressed.
I imagine those people don't actually identify as incels. Then they're just down on their luck, people who can't get a date, kind of thing. They don't.
That
like,
could be true.
yeah.
It could be that once they embrace the movement, they feel the need to spread the word about it, if you will, make their position known. That they could have all the girls if they wanted to. It's just that they don't want to get a job and have any money, and that's apparently what women like, according to them. With my extreme experience in having 3 incels, quote unquote, join my Discord server. That's about the extent of my knowledge, is that this guy was pathetic, and that's all I know about the incel movement, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking stupid,
at least,
by the way. The website is simply called MGTOW.tv. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. I'm an idiot.
I see somebody just posted a link there. It says .com on this /videos, but I'm a little hesitant to
That's
click
the
on that
wrong
link.
one. No.
Yep, there. Yeah, you're right. There it is.
Plan. Men should go fishing forever. Man, woman myth. Family, father's rights. 1 of 3. 3 cold truths I learned from approaching 10,000 women.
10,000 women? How do you do that? You just run down the
a lot of
street?
women.
That's
That's
you just run
impressive.
down the street and talk to every girl that passes you? My God.
What are these titles? Alpha
Yeah,
Widow
if,
got
if
pumped
he
and
tried his
dumped
luck
from
with
Chad.
10,000 women, he's definitely not an incel. That's not involuntary.
I was denied 10,000 times. Maybe because you're a fucking creep, man. Maybe it's not the women here. Maybe
Yeah,
it's you.
Maybe it's because you're counting every single woman you made, you weirdo.
If you get denied by
9,999?
10,000 women, that's on you, buddy. Come on. You can't tell me that even 1 out of the 10,000 wasn't a decent human being, that wouldn't give a man a chance or something.
If he didn't come up like expecting them not to and being an aggressive asshole, probably.
Your idea of Kaya's idea of a decent human being is someone who gives them a chance, someone who lets them smash. Is that what your idea of a decent human being is?
No. I mean, according to them, right? Any woman who doesn't, I guess go out on a date with a super ugly, stupid misogynist
Broke
is
guy. Then they're a piece of shit, not
whore.
them. Yeah, absolutely.
Stacy, yes, fuck. It was at the tip of my tongue. So 10,000 Stacys, not
Stacey.
1 out of them. Well, of course, there's all Stacys too.
I'm
Because
still
keep
catching
in
up with
mind-
these name memes, these Kyles and these Stacys and Karens and all this good shit. I'm still trying to catch up
you
to
know
this.
what a Chad is, right? A Stacy
Oh,
is
yeah,
just
I know
a
what a
female
Chad is.
Chad. Right.
Oh, see, when I went
And
to
the
prison,
thing
man,
about-
back in 2012, Chad was a bad thing. It was like the dumb frat boys that are like, yeah, bro, my dad's Beamer, dude. I totally smashed it. Like, that was a Chad in my time. So I got out and people were like, bro,
still
you're a
is.
total Chad. And I was offended. But apparently now a Chad is like, yeah, true. That doesn't necessarily mean that it changed. But apparently now being a Chad's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of means like you're boss and you're balling, I don't know. I'm catching up. But going to prison pretty much turned me into a grandpa as far as the modern age goes. I'm really behind on everything.
yeah,
I think
you
those
lost
frat
out
boys
on,
that were
like-
called Chads back in the day were always fucking anyway, so it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah, I was about to
Chads in
say,
this
it's
sense.
not necessarily, it could just be two sides of the same coin. They're still Chads, but like I used to skate, we'd be hanging out at the skate park and like a couple of the Ole Miss kids walk up with their polos and their golf shorts and their Ray-Bans on and we'd be like, here comes Chad Jr. and Chad Chaddington over here coming to chat it up. And then I get out of prison and they're like, oh, what do you know, man? Hey, the dude's a total Chad on his video game and he's like giving away free money and being a nice guy and shit. So I was like, okay, that one warped a little bit.
Okay, that's
Growing
way
up in a
better
college
then.
town, we had a lot of Chads, or so I thought. And I guess you're right. I mean, it's still kind of the same concept, still just kind of balling and big boss. And it used to imply low IQ in my time. We didn't have Karens and all that good shit, but it used to just be like, frat boys and sorority girls, they were Chads, all of them, just a bunch of
I
Chads.
think it still
rich
does
daddy.
imply low IQ though, because on those memes, a lot of it is like, the Chad so and so versus the virgin intellectual. Meaning
Yeah.
that,
Right, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you've wasted so much time trying to be smart, but you still don't get any pussy. I mean, Elliot Rodger was the virgin intellectual, supposedly. He liked to regard himself as this very magnificent gentleman, the supreme gentleman. Man, I miss his fucking videos. That was the fucking hoots, just showing all the
I
girls in
read
my life
his
his fucking
manifesto.
videos.
So Josh, he wrote like a 170-page manifesto before he went on his killing spree that he then uploaded to the internet, or somehow it got out onto the internet so people were able to read it, and it just detailed his entire pathetic, sad life. What was it called, Kaya?
The
It was called,
manifesto is
My
authentic.
Twisted
It's not
World.
like some.
yeah.
It's
My Twisted
authentic,
World.
like it's actually his manifesto. It's not some
Yeah,
troll.
it's actually his.
Yeah, no, it's actually his.
I can't believe I've heard of this guy.
It's a biography more so. He starts out with his childhood and how it led up to the moments, and it has parts like, I was playing World of Warcraft and I had to listen to my sister get fucked in her vagina in the next room, and I knew
Oh,
that
wow.
she was having sex with her boyfriend, the sex that was denied me, and this is why we need to keep women in breeding camps.
What
It's
the
a funny
fuck?
fucking read.
It's a pretty
That's what
funny
incels
read.
are. That's what incels
horrific.
believe.
So I mean, hold up. This guy, what I'm hearing is this guy wanted a sister, so he killed a bunch of people because he couldn't do the "What are you doing?" meme with his own sister.
He had those, like, you guys know those certain brands that are just gaudy looking shit, but they're only famous because they're expensive, like Gucci or Louis Vuitton or whatever the fuck they call them. Yeah,
Louis Vuitton.
like whatever. That's the brands this guy would exclusively wear, and he would get so fucking offended that women wouldn't worship him for it. Basically, in all of his videos, he like takes off his glasses and he goes, "Look at my glasses. They're $400. Yet all the
means women should
Stacy's
want me."
flock to the Chads instead. They don't even notice how expensive my glasses are." It's like, yeah, normal people don't give a fuck.
I do want to say so. It is like mostly personality with incels. I would say there's definitely some unfortunate people that just like probably no one would realistically find them attractive, but most of the time it is personality. Like, what's his name? Elliot Rodger wasn't like an extremely unattractive guy by any means. He was pretty standard looking, actually. Like, some girls, I'm sure, would have found him quite attractive had he had like a decent personality that like didn't scare off everyone within like a 20-kilometer radius. Like,
he
he
was,
must have just been a complete fucking weirdo.
And he was set for life. He was rich. He was rich as fuck. He was the son of the, I think, co-director of the Hunger Games movies. There's like photos of him on the red carpet. Yeah.
Yep, he was the son of a famous director. I don't know if it was the Hunger Games, but yeah, it was a famous director.
So he was already set for life, and he just couldn't figure out why he couldn't get a girl. And I agree, it's because of his personality. Clearly,
yeah, it usually is.
I found the excerpt, gentlemen. Elliot writes, "I eventually grew to hate him after I heard him having sex with my sister. I arrived at the house one day, my mother being at work, and heard the sounds of Samuel plunging his penis into my sister's vagina through her closed
Oh, so
door.
that's what sex is. Okay.
Along with my sister's moans. I stood there and listened to it all. So my sister, who is 4 years younger than me, managed to lose her virginity before I did. It reminded me of how pathetic I was, that at the age of 22, I was still a virgin. I hated the boyfriend as well."
oh my god,
Oh,
yeah, that is pretty horrible.
my
Weird.
sister said that he's been with 2 other girls before her, and I'm sure he lost his virginity at a much younger age. It's such an injustice. The slob doesn't even have a car, and he's able to get girlfriends while I drive a BMW